You want to tone up, get into shape, and feel better about the way you look and feel. Today, I'm going to show you why you actually don't want to become toned. For anyone new around here, hi, I'm Joe. I'm a Team GB gymnast turned online fitness coach, and I help people build a body that they love and the confidence to match via my online fitness content and coaching services. If you want more advice on fat and weight loss like the ones in this video, hit the first link in the description to grab my absolute best bits and everything you need to know about fat and weight loss for absolutely free. But first, we need to look at actually what being toned is. A toned look is not a special training outcome. Physiologically, it means more muscle mass and a low enough body fat percentage to see it. Muscles directly do not tone. Toning isn't a magic thing that happens to the muscles and you can suddenly see them more. That is not true. For toning, or to create this toned look that you're after, you have to have enough muscle in those areas, specifically across your body, and a low enough body fat percentage to visibly see the muscles. More often or not, I come across people who say this, and I completely understand why they think this, why they've been fed this information, because we see it everywhere. I've seen it across social media, across television, all of these things, and there's so much information out there, and my job is to just dissect the fact from fiction, because at the end of the day, I want you to have the most simple route to your fitness goal, whether it's weight loss or building muscle, as possible. More often than not, people come to me and they say something like this: I want to tone my arms. What can I do to tone my arms specifically? Often these people have been doing fitness classes, they've been doing their own program where they've not been applying the actual principles that they need to in order to get the look they're after. There is no specific rep range that causes toning to occur. If you ever see a workout that says it's a toning machine or it's a toning focused workout, this is not going to be the best thing for you. Most of these workouts avoid some key things that are vital if you want to change your body. Effort, progressive overload, and pushing the muscles close to failure. If the muscle isn't under stress, it is not going to have a reason to change, to adapt, and grow. Yes, nutrition and recovery plays such an important part of this, but if your muscles are never truly challenged and using these really light weights, it's unlikely it's going to happen. You imagine, when it comes to biceps, if I did 1,000 bicep curls with a 1 kilogram weight, imagine how much quicker I could get that bicep to fail if I was using a 10 kilogram weight and applying more tension, more force specifically to the muscle under control. Toning is a marketing term. It is not a physiological process. It's commonly used to avoid using the word muscle building, because that's also associated and creates this kind of fear that if you build muscle, you get stronger, you're going to look really bulky, you're going to look buff and massive, when realistically, that's just not going to happen at all. Realistically, your body only changes by building muscle and dropping fat. Quick side tangent, let's dig into this fear of getting bulky a little bit more, especially for women, because in my experience, I've dealt with a lot of women that have this perception. I'm not sure if it's because females are a little bit more clever than the men, but often I'm trying to get men to lift a little bit lighter weights and actually get the form right, because they think they're amazing and they can lift all these weights, where often I found the women sometimes are a little bit more fearful about lifting those heavy weights and pushing up to those weights. This isn't always the case. This is just from my experience as a coach and the people that I have worked with. Women usually have between 10 to 15 times less testosterone than men. Testosterone is essential when it comes to the process of building new muscle tissue and repairing muscle tissue. Muscle growth in general is slow, intentional, and hard to achieve. You are not going to wake up overnight and look like a bodybuilder after lifting your first few weights. Most women find it harder to build muscle, not struggle to avoid building muscle. Women gain muscle at a slower rate than men due to the hormonal differences. This is absolutely fine, and it does not mean in any way, shape, or form women cannot achieve incredible physiques and have all the benefits from resistance training. It just needs to be looked at as a slightly different process. So why does lifting weights give that toned look? Resistance training is going to help you build muscle under the skin, which is going to help form and create those shapes in the areas of the body that you want. Resistance training builds muscle underneath the skin, which is going to help create that muscle firmness, the shape and the curves in the area of your body that you want. Muscles give structure. Fat loss reveals that structure. As an example of this, we're going to talk about the glutes. You can't specifically tone your glutes. You can either build them or not. You'd be building them via exercises like hip thrusts, squats, RDLs, a well-rounded kind of routine that puts the glutes under tension multiple times per week, stresses them, and breaks down the muscle tissue. And then following a great nutrition and recovery protocol to help rebuild that muscle. The shape and developing your glutes would come from the growth of that muscle. It would not come from doing 1,000 glute bridges and lots of glute kickbacks with no weight or no resistance. It's so important to remember that actually the key principle that you should be looking at is progressive overload, gradually making whatever you're doing in the gym harder over time. Most toning workouts that you see online will never truly challenge your muscle, which means they don't have a reason to grow. If you want my help to design a workout program that is truly going to be conducive and proactive towards your goals, the second link in the description is going to tell you more about that and what I offer as an online coach. And remember to hit that first link to get everything you need to know about weight and fat loss if you haven't got it already. So to finish, just to reiterate, you don't want to be toned. You want to have more muscle and less body fat. Thanks for watching, and this video here is going to tell you more about training and how it's going to help you hit your fitness goals.